With COVID-19 causing havoc with the economy, many may not be getting their year-end bonus. But for those who are lucky enough, how can you wisely spend that money? Well, Jaco Prinsloo, a certified financial planner at Alexander Forbes, shares some savvy finance tips with us. A very good afternoon to you, Jaco, and thank you very much for your time. So I've got a bonus. It's COVID-19 year. I probably did not expect it. And now that I've got it, what do I do with it?
So I think you can divide it up into three categories. Firstly, you want to save a bit, you want to pay, and then lastly, you want to invest a bit. So when it comes to savings, a bonus is a great opportunity to use and set up an emergency fund. All of us require about 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in an emergency fund. Then secondly, you can use a portion of your funds to pay off debt or cover future expenses. So in the coming year, there will be education expenses, or even you can use a meaningful portion of your bonus to settle debt, then you won't have that liability going into 2021. And then lastly, invest. February is just around the corner. You can use your bonus to make use of a tax allocation by investing in a retirement annuity or even a tax-free savings account. So I think if you think about it as if you're going to lose your job in 6 months' time, you want to have some savings to cover short-term expenses. You want to have as little debt as possible, and then you want some long-term investments to fall back on.
Okay, but Jaco, it's been a tough year, and I wanna remind myself that life can actually be great. So I want to live my life a bit. Can't I somewhere in all of that find some relief and just live my best life?
I definitely think you should spoil yourself. So firstly, it was a tough year, and just for surviving the year, you should use a meaningful portion of your bonus to use on something that brings you joy or someone that brings you joy. Now, how much of your bonus you use as to spoil yourself, that will depend on your circumstances. But what comes to mind is the Pareto principle. That's that 80-20 rule, where a small portion can make a big difference. So maybe use 20% of your bonus, then buy something you want, guilt-free. At least you deserve that for using the other 80% in a more productive way. And then you'll be getting actually a double bonus. In the short term, you'll be getting something you want, and then you also have that peace of mind knowing the 80% were used on something more productive. So it's a win-win scenario.
Jaco, I'd always been taught when I was growing up that you must spend what's left of your savings. How important is it to make sure that you put money away, and then whatever is left of what it is that you've put away, that you can spend? How do you even determine something like that?
So that's probably the most important rule in finance. With all the different books I've read, courses I've taken, people I've spoken to, that's the most important thing. It's not about your income, it's about your expenses. If you can manage your expenses and live below your means, you will then have the opportunity and the possibility to build wealth. So a lot of people are reluctant to start saving. They say, I don't earn enough, or when I earn X amount, I will then start saving. But it's not about how much you earn. It's about how much you can it's actually about how much you spend, and then that difference you can then use to save.
And just before I let you go, Jaco, we're having this conversation every year. People are seemingly finding themselves in financial trouble in January. We've even termed it as January. Why are we having this conversation every year? What are people doing wrong?
So I think people are failing to plan. Especially what we've seen now is a lot of people have actually spent their bonus already before they earned it, and now on point 99 they actually heard they are even not getting a bonus. Some people have run up debt with the plan to pay it off with their bonus. Other people were saying, I will cover this and this expense with my bonus, and now they're not even getting it. So I think we need to start planning a bit better, and also then start, instead of seeing your bonus as an annual once-off, start maybe planning into using it as an annual expense to cover more than just one expense. For example, you're going to have education expenses, gym membership, maybe your rent. So instead of allocating to one expense, maybe then spread it out over the year and say, I want to do A, B, C, and D with my bonus. And if that does not happen, then I still have a few other possibilities left.
Jaco, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. That is Jaco Prinsloo, who is a certified financial planner at Forbes, Alexander Forbes, that is. Now,